beautiful humans, and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video that I'm recording since my baby boy has been born. He was born May 8th and his name is Fox. He's absolutely adorable. I'm posting constant pictures. I'm obsessed with him. It's just so much fun being a mom. If you haven't seen my birth vlog video yet, I'm gonna link it down below. It's absolutely incredible. Such an amazing experience that I was so happy I was able to record. Thank you to my boyfriend who was so on it all the time with the camera. Like he was amazing, so incredible, because I was just so out of it and I didn't even know like how much clips he got, and he did such an incredible job. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about like my birth story, because in the vlog like you do see my labor and delivery and how everything went down, but I kind of just like sitting down and talking about it, being able to answer some questions that I've received would clear up a lot of stuff, and it's just kind of like really cool to talk about. So how it started, oh my god. So I was on the phone with my mom at around 9:15 in the morning, and so throughout your pregnancy you kind of get like this small discharge thing, like well, not small, there's actually a lot. You get like this discharge situation throughout your whole pregnancy. So whenever I was on the phone with my mom, I'm like, oh, I just felt something. Like, so everything that was going on, am I going into labor? I don't know. I was almost 40 weeks. Yeah, it was the Friday and I was 40 weeks on Saturday. So anyways, I checked and I'm like, no, it's just like clear, like whatever. And it stopped. So it wasn't my water that was broken. And she never had her water break. So whenever I asked her like, how did I know? She's like, I have no idea, Kate. And I'm like, okay. As soon as I hung up the phone with her, I was planning on cleaning the house, doing some laundry, kind of just like doing a bunch of housework, whatever. So as I'm plugging in the vacuum, I felt a leak and I'm like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure my water just broke. Tyler was gone to work and I was alone, and then like I bent over a little bit again and I just felt it come out. It literally was like I was peeing, but I couldn't control the pee. It was wild. Like until you actually experience it, like you'll know. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just coming out non-stop. It wasn't like this big like puddle. It was just constant. So anyways, I turn around and you just see like little like driplets from like the vacuum to the bathroom. My bathroom's down that hall and I was vacuuming like right here. And so at that moment, as soon as I knew like my water broke for sure, because I was literally soaked, called Tyler and I was like, you need to get home. And I'm crying, I'm freaking out, but I'm crying and I'm laughing at the same time. So it was more just like, oh my god, this is it. But oh my god, this is so cool that I experienced like my water breaking, but I don't have contractions. So like, what do? I don't know. And so I called him and he's like, oh my god, I'm on my way. Then after I called my mom, and like I said, I was just on the phone with her. I called her and she was I'm like, Mom, my water broke. And she's like, no way. I'm like, yes, this is it. And I'm like, I'm gonna shower. I'm freaking out. I don't know. So then I called my best friends, Kristen and Ashley, and we all just like started freaking out, didn't know what to do. And I told Tyler, I was like, I'm gonna go shower. I think I have some time. I'm gonna go shower, put my makeup on, pack our last minute stuff, because I was told that if my water breaks, I have to go in as soon as possible, because I was positive for strep B group. I don't even know. I always say it wrong, but it's some sort of infection that a lot of common women get whenever they're pregnant. And so yeah, I had to go in there to get these IVs. I guess I had to get 2 doses or something within 4 hours. I don't quite remember. So anyways, I called the hospital and I told them I was on my way, and it was just so exciting. And I was like, I'm not feeling any contractions yet. Like, how long is this process gonna be? I truly hope I'm not in there for a really long time. Anyway, so we packed our stuff, and this was around, I told the hospital I was gonna be there probably around like 11:30, because we were 45 minutes away. So we packed our stuff. Tyler came home panicking, but also like really excited, didn't really know what to do. We went to the hospital. We got there probably around, I think, 11:15. We had to go through like the whole assessment with the COVID-19 stuff. So we had to put a mask on throughout the hospital as my water's still leaking like crazy. And it was just, it happened all so fast. So we get up there and they check to see if I'm dilated, and I was only 2 centimeters dilated, and that's what I was at my appointment just a couple days before that. And a couple days before that, I actually ended up getting a sweep, but I also did a bunch of stuff that to try and induce my labor. So I thought maybe all that worked. I don't know. If you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna link that one down below as well. It was pretty cool, and I feel like maybe some of it might have worked. I don't know. There's no full truth of that. Anyway, so we get in. I was still only 2 centimeters dilated like I was at my appointment, and I was 75% effaced. So they called my doctor to confirm that, like, if I was getting fully admitted. Then I think, yeah, it was around 1 in the afternoon, they told me that I had to get put on oxytocin, and that was gonna start my labor contractions and get everything like moving, because I wasn't getting any contractions that like I was feeling. According to like their system on the side, it did show that I was having contractions, but they weren't strong enough. So the doctor wanted things to move along quickly and get things going. So they put me on that, they put me on the lower dosage, and every like 30 minutes they would come in to see the progress that I was making, not checking if I was dilated, because they said that if they checked me too many times that it would cause an infection since my water broke. But they would check like on the machine to see if like my contractions were consistent and stuff like that. But then around 4 p.m. I started feeling contractions, and they weren't like crazy, like I was able to talk through them a little bit, but also I don't know, it was just like, oh shit, okay, these are what contractions feel like, and here we go. And then around 5:30, I wrote all this down because I don't know, like blank so hard. Around 5:30, I told them I was in extremely bad pain, and they checked me and I was still 2 centimeters dilated. I could not believe it. I did not progress at all, and it was just really like frustrating. So they put me on Gravol because I kind of felt sick from the contractions, and then they also put me on Nubane, which made me feel so high, like so high. I was so obnoxious with the nurses. I remember talking to them about Starbucks drinks because I heard them talking and they were gonna get an order placed and delivered to them. So it was just like all like in my own zone. My eyes are closed, no idea which nurse was there, but I would just talk to them about random shit, and it was just, I was really high, and I don't know. I was able to ignore the pain and it did work, but then it kind of just stopped working and I wasn't allowed to get any more. So then that's whenever things got real. I started feeling contractions from 5:30 on, but then at 7:30 I was crying in major pain, and I looked at the nurse and I'm like, I need you to check me, like this hurts, I want the epidural, I need all the drugs, like I'm in pain, help me out. And I was 10 centimeters dilated. I dilated so quickly, and I was 100% effaced, and they had no idea like how that even happened. I just progressed so quickly, and it was so crappy because I think the nurses felt really bad because they didn't check me like early enough. But honestly, like, you didn't really know what to do at that point. So then they asked me if I still wanted the epidural, and of course in that moment I was like, I'm in so much pain, like yes, give it to me. I don't know how this whole progress works, even though like I've heard, oh, like if you're certain centimeters dilated, you can't get the epidural. But when they asked me if I wanted it, like of course I'm like, yes, I want it, because if I have to feel this pain while I'm trying to push, because I felt the urge to push, that's what it was. I felt the urge to push at 7:30, and that's when I was like, I feel like this video is all over the place and I apologize. And that's whenever they checked me and I was 10 centimeters. And then we started doing like practice pushes, called for the epidural. They're like, yeah, it's only gonna be about an hour. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I got the epidural at 8 o'clock, and it took like everything out of me just to like not scream. I was having major contractions while they're putting the epidural in, and they told me like I'm not allowed to move. So that was like the hardest part. I was literally like holding on to the nurse's shirts, like squeezing. We weren't able to get like that footage, but I was like squeezing, and I was like, I'm gonna rip her shirt. And like they hurt so bad, so bad. I was feeling everything. And so I got the epidural. By the time it was like 8:30, I was doing like practice pushes, and they called the doctor. The doctor was 45 minutes away. So then whenever I started pushing and everything, they asked me if I wanted a mirror to look to see if the baby's head was there. They were so shocked at my pushes. They're like, you need to stop pushing so much and so good because the doctor's not here and you need to hold on a minute. In that moment, like, hello, your girl needs to push this baby out. You can't say, give me a second. If I feel like I need to push, let me push this baby out. Like, I just didn't understand, but I understood why they wanted the doctor there. And I was feeling everything, like I said. The epidural wasn't kicking in whatsoever. They're taking the ice pack, putting it on different parts of my body to see the difference of the coldness, to see if it was actually working. It was not working at all. I felt everything. Anyway, so yeah, they gave me the mirror, and it was so cool to see. It was, oh my god. If you don't have a weak stomach and you're like so into like to see like how your pushing out this baby, ask for a mirror. It's amazing. It helped me so much trying to push that baby out. It's unreal. So the doctor got there, and thank God, because I knew that this baby was coming out. When I saw it in the mirror, I was like, his head is literally right there, and I guarantee you if I push one more time the way that I've been pushing, he's gonna come out. So the doctor got there, and within her putting her gown on and getting her gloves on, I was having that contraction and the baby was just coming out. I pushed, baby came out, and literally you could see in my birth vlog that moment right there is literally when she walked in, and I was just in shock. That is the coolest freaking thing ever. And no joke when they say that the pain goes away as soon as that baby's out. It is 100% true. It's unbelievable how it literally just all goes away, and you're in this moment, you have your baby, and it's the most coolest, most incredible freaking thing ever. Oh, I just can't wait to do it again. It's wild. So whenever he was born, they let me hold him for an hour before getting weighed and all that stuff to kind of do like skin to skin and be comfortable. I was like really relaxed, and that was my fear. I was scared that I was gonna be extremely nervous and scared to kind of like breastfeed and stuff. But whenever it was time to breastfeed, after they weighed him and measured him, he latched on within 5 minutes. It was really shocking and absolutely incredible to see that this is probably gonna work out really well. And it did. And the nurses were incredible, showing me how to latch, doing different positions to see what was more comfortable. And I hated the football position, so I do like the cradle position. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I've always wanted to breastfeed, so I was really scared that that was gonna fail somehow, because they say that if you're nervous, it's not gonna fully work, and the baby kind of senses that. So you just gotta like relax and let it flow. But I think that's another reason why they put the baby on you for that amount of time whenever he's born. Also, this is the thing. So he weighed 8 pounds, 6 ounces, and he was long. He was like 21 inches long. I could not believe it. I really thought that he was gonna be maybe just about 7 pounds. So whenever he came out, all the nurses were shocked, and I was shocked. It was crazy. Like, you could tell he was a bigger baby. And then the moment when the doctor told me I didn't tear at all, I was like, what? How did I not? It's amazing. And my placenta came out no problem, because a lot of times you see women that have to push that out as well. I had no issues. I didn't feel anything. That's another thing. The epidural started working at the end. Like, I didn't feel her like doing her thing down there after he was born. So the epidural was working at the end. So, but besides that, it was such an incredible experience. Whether or not the epidural worked or not, like, it's actually incredible how your body does all of this. And you just know, you know when to push. And oh, I didn't poop at all. I was so surprised. And okay, so whenever you're pushing, I always thought that it was gonna feel like you were just having like a major poop. Nope, it did not feel like that at all. It was just constant pressure, and you just kind of knew how to push. It was a different kind of push than a poop push. I don't know how to explain it. A lot of people had me scared, and I was afraid that I was gonna poop, but I didn't, so there's that. So my labor experience was absolutely incredible. I can't imagine it being any other way. I'm super blessed. I'm thankful for all the nurses, the doctors throughout this whole COVID stuff. And I am super lucky. I don't know, like, I really thought that my anxiety would really interfere with my breathing throughout like the contractions and stuff. And honestly, if it wasn't for those nurses and Tyler, I wouldn't have been able to breathe through those the way I did. So having my mind occupied on other things really helped me get through them. Instead of focusing on the contraction, you focus on breathing through them rather than thinking, oh, when's the next one? So I would try not to think of when the next one would come. I would kind of keep when I'm nervous and I have anxiety, I talk a lot. So I would just talk in between the contractions, and then I wouldn't think of when the next one was gonna be. So I think that kind of helped me kind of breathe through them and prepare myself. I have no complaints of how my labor went. I feel so grateful. I feel so happy. I can't explain it until you actually know, like, the love that you have for this little human that you created. It's unbelievable. But I'm gonna go grab him and show you, and you can meet my baby boy, Fox. He's the cutest thing ever. I just love him so much, you guys. I can't. He is due for a feeding, so if he does wake up when I grab him, it's totally fine. It's good. So, this is Fox. he's stretching. He always does these like cute little stretches. This is him. He's the cutest little thing ever. I love him so much. I just can't believe I created this little munchkin. Yes, and you're perfect. You came out so perfect. So healthy and perfect. Anyway, so I'm gonna go feed him because he's starting to wake up a little bit. But thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you guys all so much for the support and love. It's so amazing. Oh. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.